and we are going to be talking about a lot of things as we wait for the developments of whatever that is happening. So the story that we are covering today is where do we see Alli going? Because there have been some developments in case of his, not really some developments as of today, but this is the second game he has not been included even in the trip, not in the squad, but in the trip of Tottenham whenever they're going to play, and there's not any recorded injuries, nothing that has happened to him. So you find ourselves as the fans getting worrying what's happening with one of the Premier League's best, as we have seen him play for Tottenham for such a long time. So these are the questions that we are asking ourselves today, that where do we see Alli going? Because there are some, we were told, is it yesterday or what? We were told that he was linked. Tottenham actually made it possible that they linked Alli with different clubs, like they have offered him to different clubs so that he moves there. So just by that, you wonder what exactly is happening in the Tottenham dressing room. What is Jose doing? Because Jose has a thing like that. As much as the Tottenham fans might love him or what, I don't even know what they're feeling, but you find that Jose gets a player, and if he doesn't do what he wants to get rid of the player. But they've been told Dele has been in the team for such a long time, and we've seen him do a lot of things for the club. I'm talking about Tottenham Hotspur. So it is a worrisome situation. You wonder what exactly will happen in terms of this situation. How do you see the development of Alli still playing in the same club, and if he's going to be there in Tottenham for the next coming years? So this is the story that I'm asking today to you people. Where do you see Alli going? I want you to hear your thoughts and your comments. Put them down in the comment section. I will do by all means to try to answer that. Let me read you on the issue, or on the questions that we have that were released by Twitter. Let me change that in my screen so that you see and you read exactly what I'm reading here. So I'm opening Transfer News Live as usual, covering the information that is happening there. And I want to hear your thoughts if you think it's what is happening. Sky Sports have put is it like a voting pot for you guys to decide where you see Alli playing next season? That's the question that they're asking you. So you can go down there and vote if you want your thoughts to be heard. Because I'm 100% sure that there are some Tottenham representatives who look at those things and they actually see where they stand. Are they going to go against the majority of the Spurs fans or what? Because he has been one pillar of Tottenham before Lucas Moura, before Lamela, before all these players that you have right now, Dele, Steven Bagwai. He has been the pillar for this team. Now seems like Jose is pushing him away. So this was the question that we're hearing. Dele Alli has been offered to many clubs over the last few days. Tottenham are keen to offload the Englishman after signing Gareth Bale. The Real Madrid rejects the chance to sign him as part of the Bale's deal. That's Fabrizio Romano, the transfer guru, or the transfer guru that we've seen since I've been on not on Twitter as fact, but since I've been on YouTube, since this account was open, like this page of YouTube. So that's the information we have, guys. Tottenham are literally offering Dele Alli to different clubs, saying that if you want him, come and get him. So now you wonder, what are the Tottenham fans feeling about the issue? Are you ready to part ways with one of the biggest forward you have had in your club, who has contributed in a lot of goals, in a lot of places for your club? Are you ready to part ways with him? Let me hear that on the comments below. That is going to be interesting to find out what you say, you guys. So let's move on. Okay, PSG began talks with Tottenham to sign Dele Alli. That's by Telegraph. So PSG has become the worthy club that is interested in signing the player. So now we wait and see the developments of this. I don't know. How much do you feel about it? I don't know how much you feel about it, if you agree with the issue or if you are ready to lose your player. Tottenham fans, do us a favor, leave that in the comments below and in the comment section so that we can do by all means to answer for you guys. Oh, before we go anyway, guys, do us a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the page. If you are into football news, we cover as much news as we can, especially around this time. At the same time, we cover as much as we can in terms of the changes that are happening in the Premier League, or in other leagues. Like for today, I'm gonna say in the second half of this video, of this live chat, I'm gonna show you all the results of the Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, League 1, or the European leagues. I'm gonna cover them here in the Football Connect. So just be there for that, because there are some interesting things. We're gonna cover some different clubs who haven't started particularly well. So you might worry for this season, especially if that club is not done business, if you are a friend of that club. So please stay tuned for that. So let's move on to this. Barcelona now is the next thing that we want to cover in the transfer news. Barcelona is a club. They've been doing some interesting deals. They're thinking of offloading a lot of players so that they can actually start signing a lot of players, because they still owe their manager Kike Satias some money, 4 million, that they need to pay him before him is released of his contract. So I don't know what happened. Did Barcelona play this week? I'm not really sure. If they play, it was interesting because Koeman was not yet allowed to be the manager. Let me check here if Barcelona played. Did it play though? I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts. Did they play? Because remember, they were supposed to start this season, but also they still don't have a manager. In fact, because Kike Satias is still there and he has not been answered. He took Barcelona to court, or he's going to take Barcelona to court. Nothing has been revealed yet. But that's where we are right now. Let me try to find out what happened here. Okay. 12. Those, nope. In terms of the La Liga, Barcelona didn't play, because what I'm checking here, it shows they played for the Gamma Trophy finals, which they won by 1-0. So it means they already took the trophy or something, which was on the 19th on Saturday. So I don't think they were going to play this week, of course. Griezmann is the player to score the goal, which led them to win. The team looked like this. It was Messi, Antonio Griezmann, Ansu Fati, De Jong, Busquets, Coutinho, Alba, Lenglet, Pique, and Roberto. Oh, is it Roberto? Sergio Roberto, I think. Then Nato was the keeper, which they won by 1-0. Interestingly enough. So yesterday there was some interesting news that came out with Barcelona, where we were being told that they were thinking of getting rid of Ricky Puig. Ricky Puig, the one who came out with Ansu Fati and has been doing some amazing work as a player, proving that he has more to offer to the club than any other person. So it seems like the manager of Barcelona is saying that he should go out on loan because he's not part of his plans, which I feel like it's a terrible mistake. We have to wait and see what happens in the development of that issue, because getting rid of Ricky Puig is really uncalled for, and it's gonna be demanded of all, because if you let such talent go out of this, because Ricky Puig is just amazing, guys. He's just amazing in the middle. What the things that he's able to do with the ball and the things he's able to offer the club, Barcelona just leaves us asking ourselves, what is happening here? Is Barcelona doing good business? We're trying to get rid of the player. We have to wait and see on the development of that. That's the issue we're being told. We'll keep a closer look on that and tell you what happens on the development. But also, a lot of players have left Barcelona now. For example, now let me show you. I hope you're ready for this. Let me show you. I hope Barcelona players can handle this. So, this is the first thing. Atlanta in talks with the Barcelona to sign Junior Firpo. The Italian club wants to take the 24-year-old on an initial loan deal with an option to buy for 18 million. That's Deportivo that is reporting. At the same time, Wolves are on the verge of signing Nelson Semedo from Barcelona for around £40 million. Personal terms have already been agreed. Source Fabriano Romero, which is being believed that is now complete. So 2 players are leaving. At the same time, that's not all from Barcelona. We go up. Let me show you some other information that we have from Barcelona. Okay. Arturo Vidal, there's it. Arturo Vidal is on his way to Italy to complete his move to Inter Milan. Source So that's another player that is being released by Barcelona. At the same time, Atletico Madrid wants to sign Luis Suarez if he finds an agreement with Barcelona to release him from his contract. Source Fabiano Romero. And breaking news: Arturo Vidal has arrived in Milan to complete his move to Inter. Or he's moving to Inter Milan. Oh, that's interesting. So that's the information we have in terms of all the Barcelona players who are going. Junior Firpo is leaving. Semedo is leaving. Antonio Vidal is leaving. Luis Suarez is leaving. And now we are being told that they want to get rid of who else but Ricky Puig. So it's interesting to see how Barcelona will look like next season, because they are not exactly allowed to sign any player until they've set, or they've actually deal with some things or some situations that they're dealing with right now, or if I may say, some debts that they owe a lot of people. So that's the information we have right now, guys. Barcelona are trying to push by all means a lot of players out of their club, which I feel like it's too much, because they're letting a lot of good talents go, but we have to wait and see in the development of that, and how are they going to use that to their advantage to develop. So leave your comments down below, guys. If you have any questions with what we're asking, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, because we do business like this each and every day. So there's this situation. Okay. Breaking news, which was yesterday, is it? No, it was on Saturday. I think I missed this one. Manchester City are set to sign Sevilla. I did talk about this. Inter Milan to sign Arturo Vidal from Barcelona, just €1 million. He will be in Milan tomorrow to complete the deal. Yesterday, Leicester have announced the transfer of Kega Under. That's source from Leicester. There's the player. I did talk about these things yesterday. This is the breaking news that people may not know. Tottenham wants to sign Jesse Lingard in a £30 million deal and rescue him from his nightmare, from his Manchester United nightmare. Daily Star reports. So Lingard has been having some problems. Everyone knows this. He has been having some problems, especially at the club he is. It's never been so good for him. It seems like he's just living in a club where he's not appreciated. That's first. Everyone knows that. At the same time, they've not been doing exactly what we expect them to do to give him at least that trust as a player. That has been missing. So we wonder what this will actually mean if he moves to the club he's being linked with. That's the thoughts we have at the moment. So we will let you know on the development of the story, guys. But right now, as you know, Lingard could be officially a tournament player anytime soon. According to Jose feels like Lingard is better than, for example, Dele Alli. At the same time as other people are doing. I have a problem. I used to pronounce Dele Alli as Denny Ali. Until now, I'm trying to correct myself to Dele Alli. So you have to forgive me, the Tottenham fans. I suck in pronouncing names. So let's continue. It seems like Lingard might be going to Tottenham. West Ham are closing in on signing Monaco's right back DJ Sidibe. So Sidibe was at Everton. It seems like he's now at Monaco, but West Ham wants him in their club. We have to wait and see on the developments of that issue. At the same time, PSV have signed Igal Zahavi from Gandoz Harafi on the contract, which will contract until 2025. Chelsea have completed the signing of Rennes goalkeeper Edhom Mendy. The announcement will be made next week. So Mendy, if you remember, for the build-up of the game between Liverpool and Chelsea, a lot of Chelsea fans were talking about this keeper to come and take over from Kepa, who's Edson Mendy, but that could not happen in time. But now they're saying that they've actually finalized this issue. He's now set to come and join Chelsea, and the announcement of the keeper will be done anytime next week, because Kepa, let's just face it, he has been having a nightmare at Chelsea. You actually feel for the lad. It has not been that good as you people or anybody expected. But anyway, they are now signing another player. So no more any excuses from the Chelsea fans. We hope So please guys, do us a favor, click the subscribe button. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like this video as we continue. So we continue with the transfer news before we move on to other news. And the news we have, the video we did talk about it. I've just said Fabinho, what I just said to Fabinho, was that on your pocket? He said no. I said it's Timo Werner. Okay, that's interesting. I think this is just people making fun of these guys. At the same time, I bumped into Frank after the game. I said to him, Frank, did you know for the money you paid for Havertz, you could have made 20, you would have made 2/3 Thiagos. He said, okay, James, not now. These are people making fun for Chelsea after the loss to Liverpool, which a lot of Chelsea fans made a lot of noise. So I think they deserve this funny jokes and moments that they're getting from these people. Okay, Manchester United midfielder Jesse Lingard is attracting interest from Zinch Petersburg, source Dele. So it's not only Tottenham that are interested in Jesse Lingard, also Ziyech are interested in him. Liverpool have no intention of selling Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain despite the recent strengthening of their squad and reported interest from Wolves, the sources Daily Star Express. So in this past week, after signing Thiago Alcantara, people have been saying that this might mean that Liverpool are about to get rid of some of their midfielders. Like, for example, it was Gini Wijnaldum at first, but it seems like nothing's happening there. So people are moving to who else? None other than Oxlade-Chamberlain. But Liverpool have released a statement saying that he is of no sell. He is going nowhere. He is their player who's on injury, and when he's back, he will be fit in the team. Thank you for that, Liverpool. I wasn't ready to lose this player. Arsenal wants to include Uruguayan midfielder Lucas Torreira in the deal to sign Ghanaian midfielder Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid. El Go is the source of the story. So with the good start that Arsenal had in the Premier League, now it's 2 out of 2. You might not. A lot of people might agree with me saying that they still needs to at least improve, at least add somebody in the team. But now what we're being told is this: they wanna let Torreira go as part of the deal to bring none other than Thomas Partey, who will be coming from, Atletico Madrid. Your thoughts on the story will keep you updated with the developments of the story as we continue with some transfer news. We want to hear your thoughts on the story. Oh my god, sorry guys for that. Okay, I didn't change this part, so let's move on. We'll see what happens in terms of the developments of the story. Crystal Palace are leading the race to sign Liverpool's 20-year-old striker Ryan Brewster, and with Sheffield United and West Brom also interested in the England youngster. Daily Mail report. So Ryan Brewster, with the way Liverpool are looking like after signing Jota, it seems like he's one of the players that people are saying that might be on the way to leave Liverpool. But is it gonna be on the loan signing or actually sell? But what I heard is that if Liverpool are gonna sell Ryan Brewster, they're gonna sell with a buyback clause inside. They don't want to lose Brewster by any means necessary. They might let him go on loan but not sell him. Like if they sell him, then there has to be a buyback clause so that they don't lose the striker. We have to wait and see on the development of the story, but that's what we're being told and led to believe. Manchester United City have agreed personal terms with Sevilla defender Joe Coudet. The club are now looking to finalize the deal over the coming days with the Atlantis. With the club to finalize, that's the Atlantis that reports. The danger of this issue, guys, what I've seen in terms of this transfers that happens where people agrees with the player, 90% of the time they don't happen. For example, if I remind you guys, you remember the situation between is it Manchester United versus, who was it? who was it? Sergio Reguilon. At the same time, it's always interesting that you need to get first the club to agree, then you deal with the player. But also, it's a little bit of both. You just get both deals done with the player and the club, so that you don't get into situations where you'll be wondering what's happening here. So as the fans, we become worried sometimes. We don't know what's happening with our clubs, but let's just hope that at least they get this defender that they want. Oh, follow the competition. If Rams scoring scores, okay. Well, this is for the bad people. You can check that on Twitter. Eric Garcia is set to miss tonight's match against Wolf because Barcelona are on the verge of signing him for 18 million euro. That's El Casino. So this defender, the youngster, has been amazing. We've seen that he has a possibility of doing more for Manchester City, but he's not interested in playing under Guardiola no more. He refused the new contract, and now they're saying that he might not even play against Wolves today. I think they're gonna have to introduce that debut signing of Nathan Ake in the Premier League to play today, because he is also set to be joining Barcelona, which they need, because they need a replacement of one of the defenders there in Barcelona. They have been having a terrible time. Let's see what happens on the development of the story, but that's what we have right now for you guys on the time transfer. Let me see if I'm leaving anything new. So let me hear your thoughts, guys. How do you see this? And I'm still curiously interested to find out what your thoughts are in terms of, who's that with the entanglement, in terms of the movement of Dele Alli leaving Tottenham to another club. What are your thoughts? How do you see that going? I want to hear that from you guys. Please leave it in the comments below. So we are going to shift, guys, now. We're going to shift. I think we've covered all the transfer news we had. We are going to shift now to go to the next story that is hitting this. The next thing that I'm going to do is cover all the leagues that played this week and their results, and how that can affect the clubs in terms of different clubs, in terms of that leagues and where they are going. Firstly, we are starting with the Premier League. Even though the Premier League is not finished, Manchester City is yet to play, as well as, what is it, Aston Villa. So let's go. So this is the news. We have Everton played West Brom, which Everton won by 5 goals to 2, which is very good, because now they have 2-2, which make them number 2 in the league right now as we speak, guys. What a start from the team, and this seems like they're interested in actually going for something. Leeds United versus Fulham. Leeds United won by 4 goals to 3, which was an interesting game. Fulham did play so well, and Leeds United were just so better in terms of scoring their chances. So it's just both a game that you just have to look at both sides and just agree with what came out. But the question now comes, it rises in this case. Is this enough? What happens to Fulham? Does this mean that they are now going to stay in relegation or what? At the same time, Leeds United, looking at how they are playing, can they survive or actually be in one of the most threatening club this week? This season, if I'm saying the Premier League. I'm looking for my bottle right now, guys. I don't even know where I left it. Oh, I see where I left it. So let me try to get that, because I need to drink a little bit of water. So let me hear your thoughts on the case, guys, because it's interesting to see how this is going to develop in terms of how we are moving in the cases of the transfers. Better? That helps me with my voice. The next story is coming from United, which United played against Crystal Palace in their debut match. It was a debut match for United, but for Crystal Palace, they were playing a second game. I did watch this. Did I do like? Yes, I think I did a watch along for this. I'm not really sure. I think I did a watch along for this, where Manchester United beat Crystal Palace. No, where Crystal Palace beat Manchester United 3 goals to 0. What a game for Zaha, who scored a brace. At the same time, what a poor game from Manchester United. They need to improve something if they're gonna want to challenge for anything. So that's it. That's what happens. So at the same time, I think they need to do signings. I think they need to buy somebody, a replacement for Lindelof. Is it? Yeah, Lindelof. He had a terrible game. And Luke Shaw. And they wanted to do that with the Reguilon, but Reguilon went to Tottenham. Now they are going for Alex Teller. is it Alex Taylor or Alex Tales? I don't know. You guys tell me. You know the players. You have been playing with these teams. I want to hear your thoughts in this case. But we move on. At the same time, Arsenal played West Ham, which was not an easy game for the Gunners like the first one when they were playing Fulham. It was a challenging game, but in all, they got the win. They really get the win. They fought, and they got the win, which was an impressive win for them. I was really impressed with the way they play, guys. So let me hear your thoughts, your comments in terms of how Arsenal did in the game. How did you see them, and what do you expect from them? If you are new, please subscribe. We talk Premier League each and every day, guys. It helps us a lot. But I want to hear your thoughts in terms of the Arsenal game. I think Arsenal, if they get Partey, they could be one serious club, because they need somebody who's stable in the midfielder. We'll see what I'm talking about, why I mean they need a midfielder when they're playing Liverpool next week. Oh, Southampton versus Tottenham. Tottenham had a terrible first half, but they come back in the second half, which they played so well, and they won by 5-2, which was an interesting game for, not interesting, a best game for Kane at the center, for him, Son by scoring 4 goals, and Kane by assisting 4 times and scoring the last goal, which made them 5-2, but which is actually a bigger boost, because now Tottenham have signed players like Sergio Reguilon at the same time as Gareth Bale is going to help them to actually boost it to go somewhere in this season for the Premier League. So we wait and see on the development of that. Newcastle versus Brighton. So Newcastle were beaten at home 3-0 by Brighton, which was not going to happen last season. But it seems like Brighton are a different animal this season. They are playing amazingly well. I did a watch along for that, even though it was disturbed, and Brighton got a red card that I didn't feel like was a red card, in fact, but I don't even know what the player was doing that. It wasn't something that was worth it, but it happened anyway. We move on from that and we look at what happens next. But that's the story we have for you at the moment, guys. Let's move on to the next game, which was Chelsea versus Liverpool. So first half ended 0-0, but Chelsea were pressurized and they only had 1 shot, which was off target the whole game of the first half. And second half, with the 9-man Chelsea, differently Liverpool and Sergio Mane had a reason and really handled the team, and they won the game, which I felt like Chelsea fans, you need to chill. These are still new transfers, new signings. Let them first get used to the Premier League at the same time with the system of how your players plays. I know you spend a lot of times, but it doesn't mean after spending a lot of money, the players are just gonna start producing things like it's magic. You need to be patient with that. It is going to help you a lot. At the same time, Liverpool fans, what do you think of Thiago? Thiago seems like he's a player who's going to cause a lot of things. He actually will set a new record. He made more passes than the whole teams than the whole players in that game, including Liverpool and Chelsea, which is hard to believe, but that's what happened. It was an interesting game for him. Really impressive. Leicester United played Burnley. Burnley were a stronger club a stronger team in this, but in the second half, Leicester did turn on, and there were some mistakes, and Burnley were beaten. What a goal! The number 4 goal that was scored by Leicester, which was well deserved, but what a goal to still talk about. So today, the games that are gonna be played, it's Aston Villa versus Sheffield. Remember, Sheffield were beaten by Wolves the last game, so they need to recover from that. At the same time, Wolves is playing Manchester City. Manchester City, they're playing their first debut game, as well as Aston Villa, and Wolves has a win that they got from Sheffield, which is a boost for them. They scored 2 goals in the first, is it 5 or 10 minutes? First 10 minutes. It was an interesting game against Sheffield. So let's see what they do in the development as we move on from these games. Let me hear your thoughts and your comments, and we want to see what Manchester City has to offer today, with what we are being told that they are one of their biggest, their midfielder Ilkay Gundogan is tested positive for the COVID-19, and he has to self-isolate for the next 10 days, so which means he'll be missing in the City game. At the same time, Ilkay Gundogan becomes the 3rd player for Manchester City testing positive for coronavirus, with players like I'm forgetting other players. I can't name their names here right now, but I'll do check for you guys. But Ilkay Gundogan is tested positive, and is the 3rd player for City testing positive for the COVID-19. Your thoughts and your comments, put them down in the below, guys. I want to hear what you think and what are you expecting to happen as we move on to the next games of game 2 for the Premier League. So we move on to the other leagues now. Like I said, we are moving on to the other leagues. Let me put on the results of the games that were played in other leagues, which we were not covering. Firstly, we start with the Bundesliga. There's an interesting thing to talk about. That's why I chose the Bundesliga out of all before we go to the other ones. So, Bundesliga had some interesting games with some debut games, some games that were played for the first time. With the Bayern Munich playing their first game of the season, or in fact, all of it was the match day 1 out of 34. Bayern Munich played Schalke, and the Bayern Munich won by 8-0, which was an interesting debut for Leroy Sané. That if I click here and show you all the people who scored the goal, he was also one of the players who scored a 71 minutes. What a debut for him. But also a shining game for Serge Gnabry, who scored a hat-trick. Leon Gazea. It was just an interesting game after losing one of their best players in Thiago Alcantara. What a way of coming back. So at the moment, as you see, they are leading the league by that win that they got. So there's still more to see from this. Let's see how it developed from that. What a game to start for Bayern Munich. So let's move on to the next. VfB Stuttgart played against the FC Freiburg, which they won by 3-2. I think it was a tight game. I really don't know. I have known nothing. By the way, in Schalke, Liverpool are being linked with one of their defenders who's still a young man who's believed to be coming to Anfield. We wait to see this week if Liverpool are able to sign anyone, because they've been signing a lot of people and it has been amazing to be a Liverpool fan, but we wait to see what happens on that. Okay, Estian Franken, they're playing with Army, which drew 1-1. I know nothing about those teams, but which is good. At the same time, Agberd played against Union Berlin, which they won by 3-1. Your thoughts, your comments, let me hear them down below. Hazard played against Werner, which they won 4-1, which means they scored 3, but still with more goals, which is higher than Dortmund, who had scored. FC Colo 2 and Hoffenheim 3. So Hoffenheim still continues to be one of the teams to be impressed with in the Bundesliga by winning by 3-2. Yeah, that's the team that Firmino came from when he was moving to Liverpool. Bayern Munich played by Monika Bach, which they won by 3-2, which was an interesting game. And Lesbeck won 3-1 to Meze, which was an interesting game. So let me hear your thoughts, guys, and what impresses you from these first games of this league. So, like I'm saying, we have a lot of things to cover. So we are moving on to the next league, which I'm going to the Serie A now. Okay, Serie A. Your thoughts in the Serie A, guys. How did you see the games going? I want to hear your thoughts right now. So let me cover them. The first game was between Verona versus Roma, which finished 0-0, 0-0, nothing happened. And the Napoli played Parma, which Napoli won by 2-0, which is very good if they want to challenge for the title or something, but we have to wait and see what happens. At the same time, Genoa versus Crotone, which Girona won by 4-1. Crotone, I think, is one of the most added teams in the league. I don't know. You correct me if you watch Serie A, because I might make some mistakes. I don't want to do that. So it was an interesting game. At the same time, we move on to the next. Sassuolo played the Galiga, which finished it a stalemate 1-1. The game finished. Sassuolo was one of the best teams that I saw last season, and you expect them to start on a high, but it seems like this season is different. Juventus played against Sampdoria, and it ended Juventus 3, Sampdoria 0. At the same time, AC Milan played Bonga. It's being played today, in fact. So those are the games to look out for. And I think the other game that is going to be played today also is... did Inter play? I don't see Inter here. Inter Milan, I think they're starting their debut game next week. So the Inter game here, I can't see it. So those are the thoughts of the games for the Serie A. Wanna hear your comments down below. How did you see? Did your team win? Were you impressed with something? Maybe you were watching the game, because guess what, I don't really watch a lot of the Serie A games. So let me move on to the La Liga, where Barcelona were missing in action because of that cup that we just show you guys. So Barcelona didn't play, I believe. So let me show you the results that came from these games. So Villarreal played against Elba, and Villarreal won by 2-1, which was amazing. Elba is a good team, but it seems like Villarreal had their number there and they played so well. Getafe played by Osasuna, which Getafe won by 1-0. I think Osasuna is a newly promoted club, so it's still getting used to the Serie A or to La Liga. So I don't think we need to push them or rush them in a way. We wait and see on the developments. Huesca played Cadiz, which Huesca won by 2-0. Interesting enough. Granada played against Alaves, which Granada won by 2-1. Betis played against Valladolid, which Betis won by 2-0. The next game that was played was Real Madrid versus Sociedad, which was, I think it was a derby. I'm not really sure. I don't think it was a derby, but it finished 0-0, which begs you to wonder what is going to happen to the La Liga champions Real Madrid. Especially, they didn't sign anyone during the summer. In fact, they did let go of a lot of players, so that could be worrisome if you are a supporter of Real Madrid, how your club is going to cope without even a single signing. And the way Hazard is, Hazard came with a big stomach, like he was being eaten. He's now off form, which is also interesting to see what happens on the development of that. So I don't know if I'm leaving anything. Let me check if there's any news in the transfer, but that's all, guys, that I think we had for you today. I covered all the things I felt like we needed to cover, which is good. And it shows us that we are going somewhere. So guys, do us a favor, click the like button, subscribe. It helps us a lot, because if we could reach more targets, that would be so good for us. So literally good and amazing. I can't wait. I hope you do that. You click the like button and subscribe, and if you didn't hear anything, you can check it out. So interesting news that has just come, breaking news that are coming from the city of Barcelona. Like I told you in the transfer news, that we're going to be looking at Barcelona. It seems like there's an agreement. Luis Suarez and Atletico Madrid have reached a full agreement on a 2-year contract. The Madrid club must now offload Diego Costa before signing the Uruguayan. The source is Moduo Deportivo. So Luis Suarez is about to become a Atletico Madrid player after Barcelona and Koeman told them that they have no deal with him, so he needed to go. We have to wait and see on the development of that, but that is going to be interesting. That is going to be interesting to see how the development of that goes, but I hope it will be something that will be fruitful to them. I hope that will be fruitful to them, but we'll wait and see on the development of the story. But guys, I hope you're impressed with the covering of all we are doing right now, because it becomes interesting to do when we are doing this with you guys participating. It makes it so interesting. I hope that you are enjoying this, and I hope that you are participating in terms of whatever you are doing there. There's still a lot of things to come from the Premier League at the same times in other leagues. I didn't cover the French league, which is something that will change very soon, guys. You just have to wait and see and keep believing what. Okay. Overall deal worth around 25 million pounds. Let me see, where is this coming from? Okay, what is this? Okay, breaking news just now. Wow, let me show you this. You need to see this. There's a breaking news, guys, that is coming in the city, from the city of Liverpool, which I don't literally like, but it's happening, guys, and we can't do anything about it. Just have to accept it, maybe try to move on and just try not to choke in this issue. But there's a breaking news. Let me show you on the comments so that you can able to see what's happening here, guys. So this is the breaking news. Breaking news: Crystal Palace have beat 19 million euro plus 6 million pounds, not me euro, 6 million pounds add-ons for Ryan Brewster. Deal includes a buyback clause option for 37 million pounds. That's what has been reported at Sky News. So it seems like the youngster might be leaving anytime soon. That might be leaving. As much as I don't want him to go, this way the things are leading on to. Liverpool have only had to pay 9.5 million pounds in total in total in the initial payment of Thiago and Jota, part of their part of that's being covered by the sale of Kyle Hoover to Wolves for 9 million, for potential rising to 13.5 million. That's James Pierce who's reporting. Barcelona have been banned by La Liga from signing Gini Wijnaldum due to their financial crisis. So this was the issue that I want you to know, guys. Jurgen Klopp has decided Thiago on we decided to bring Thiago on early because it was 11 via 10, and a player like him can command the rhythm. Is part of what this is talking about, what happened yesterday and the red card that Chelsea got and other things. So that's interesting. Fabinho and Virgil van Dijk on Fabinho, outstanding. I just told him as well, I think he was man of the match, to keep out a striker like Timo Werner and don't let him score. Overall, he was outstanding. Everyone knows how good he is, but it shows also that we need everyone. That's Virgil van Dijk's comment on Fabinho, which was an amazing. Felipe Coutinho and Alonso helped to bring Thiago to Anfield. So I think I'm just now covering the Liverpool story, which I did already, if I might say. I did already, so I don't think I need to keep going. So that's exactly the news that is happening in the news. Like I was telling you, this is the over bid that has been made by Crystal Palace. We wait and see the development of that according to Sky Sports, and what is saved by Alisson there and other things. Then there's Suarez here, and the Nigerian have released that. Oh, Nigeria is releasing that kit. The others are just there and there, guys, to see for us, but we wait and see how that happens. Jota is now a Liverpool player. Eric going to this. So all in all, guys, I think we are done with his brace this weekend. Sadio Mane has moved past Cristiano Ronaldo on the scoring chart in the Premier League. Here's how some of their key numbers line up. Okay, appearance, they are the same. What can we say? We don't have a lot of things to say. So thank you to Fabrizio Romero keeping us updated with all the transfer news that we just brought you today, guys. We wait to hear where Dele Alli will be next season. At the same time, we wait to see how that Hoover situation goes. We wait to see what happens in terms of this guy, this player. What's his name? Ryan Brewster. So it's been reported that Crystal Palace have made a move. They want the striker at their club. They want to sign him, but there will be buyback clauses so that Liverpool, when they need him after he has developed, they can always buy him back, because the youngster still has too much talent that Liverpool don't want to miss out on, because they feel like they've developed a quite good talent over there. So let me hear your thoughts, and guys, let me hear how you guys thought of the news that we covered. That was the news all over the world. Does this cause for a worry for Real Madrid after their draw with the Sociedad, after they have not even done any signing this season? Those are the things that we want to be talking about. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to share this video. Then don't forget to like. It helps us a lot as the Football Connect. And as the host, as Sam, I'm here, guys. I'm always going to be here, guys, to talk about this in the news that comes out. I'll be back around 5 as we talk about the build-up of the game on the Monday football, which is Manchester City versus Wolves. At the same time, there is Sheffield United versus Sheffield United is playing what? Aston Villa. I think I might do a watch along for both games. I believe I'm strong enough, because I managed to do 2 for yesterday, so I think I can handle that. I'll see how that goes. But also there's something that I need to say around 5 before we go to the watch along, so we wait and see how the development of both of those stories goes. But guys, don't forget to do us a favor by clicking the like button, clicking the subscribe, and sharing this video all over the world, because it helps us a lot. Go on your Twitter page, share it helps us a lot. This has been Sam, and this has been the Football Connect. I thank you very much, guys, for watching, and good luck, and thank you for all your support to those people who are supporting us, guys. The subscribe and the like helps us a lot. But thank you very much for watching. This has been Sam. I sign out. We'll meet again later on in this evening.